How you doing, Jack? What are your thoughts on the game today, my friend?
I think we were like, it was an interesting game because I don't think you can blame Ange for like the game because the two goals we conceded were like individual errors. Like Vicario anticipates the cross too much, and then and then Wood gets like an open header pretty much, and then
Yeah.
the other goal, Pedro Porro tries to kind of flick it into the danger zone. I'm not sure what he's trying there from the cross, and then Yates, the goal, was it Ryan Yateson or Anderson scored where it like deflected off the bottom of Bentancur's like hamstring, and and Vicario got a good hand on it, but it just went in. But I think it's a game which is like you can't really blame Ange because like it's the goals we conceded were like not down to him, like they're just individual errors, and that's like one of my friends actually said the other day, like we're not that bad of a team. We just make ourselves look bad.
And I think that was definitely the case today because I agree with you. I mean, it was all down to Vicario's individual errors. Apart from those chances in the first 15, 20 minutes, I mean, we were the ones creating the chance. We just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And that's what happens when you have, unfortunately to say it, Richarlison up top, because Richarlison was absolutely dreadful today. And I think we were creating chances for him. Decky had one off the line. Tell had one at the back post. I mean, how many chances did we need to put the ball in the back of the net?
It would be interesting from Ange at halftime bringing on Danso and Davis. I'm not sure if he's trying to manage Mickey and Romero's minutes or whatever he's trying to do. But
yeah, he said that was he did say it was pre-planned for Van der Ven and Romero to play 45 minutes, and the same with Kulu and Odebear.
Why play them at all?
I don't know. Like he put like when I thought Davis was okay when he came on. Danso though, like he played some dreadful passes into midfield, and I think Danso's like, and he needs to be more dominant in the air. Like Danso's a brilliant player in the air, but he's just, I don't know. Like he's a good centre back, and he's definitely a good like person to have on the bench, but like he needs to be kind of use his ability like more because I thought our best player today, I thought Matthias Tell actually at the start of the game was looking like real sharp. Same with Odebear. Odebear was looking quite sharp as well. I thought Richarlison, weird for him to play 90 minutes. I thought he was only going to get like 60 or something, but he did end up lasting the full 90. I thought Bentancur was okay in the middle. Sarr wasn't amazing. Kulusevski, he was all right. Porro was putting some good balls in, but Forrester just so dominant in the air, so you can't really like argue with that. I thought Mickey was good in the first half. Romero was pretty good as well. Vicario wasn't amazing, but yeah, it was pretty average, and 18 losses as well. Like there's no going away from that, how disgraceful that is. Like some games are not down to Ange, most of them are in my opinion, but I think this game wasn't down to him. I think it was just individual errors, but we were just so like Forrest didn't really have the ball in our half like that much in the second half. Like we pretty much the whole game in that whole second half was being played in our half, in Forest's half, and we just couldn't like unlock. Like Richarlison had two headers. One of them he put away, brilliant header by the way from him, but we just didn't get the ball in the back of the net. Like I don't know, like we have the quality to do it. Like we obviously Ange brings on Solanke and Johnson, but we just didn't really have the kind of quality to do it. And yeah, and I was crying for Bergvall to come on. Like we needed like some, like some just kind of like energy in the middle of the park and just some like creativity, obviously, because I can't remember if Madison was on the bench or not, but we didn't really after Kulusevski went off. Because Ange decided to go with four up front with Tell, Brennan Johnson, Solanke, and Richarlison, but we just didn't have any creativity in the middle when that happened. So it was kind of hard to kind of pick the locker, get crosses in, and it was just pretty stupid display. Well, it wasn't a terrible display, but it was just, I don't know, just another loss, 18 defeats.
Jack, you say 18 losses this year, right? You say a lot of them are on Ange Postecoglou, but not today. Where does that leave your thoughts on the manager? Does he deserve to stay in the job past this season? Where are you at with it?
I think like I've always backed Ange for like a while through the entire injury crisis. I was backing him. I just think that I'll keep him for the Europa League. If we were to win the Europa League, I think I definitely will keep him because going through a disaster, absolutely terrible season, and then him showing that he can go and win that trophy is something that I think is it's gonna have real positive impact on his future at this club. But 18 defeats, this is the Premier League. We need to win these games to get confidence. And I don't understand how we go from playing against Frankfurt, one of the best performances of the season, one of the most hostile atmospheres in Europe, to go and play like that. We weren't awful today, but we just there was not kind of that kind of spark in the team. We could create chances, but there just wasn't that kind of desire to go and put the ball in the back of the net. So I don't know. I've always been a big fan of Ange. After the Chelsea game where he's cupping his ear to the fans, I was like, nah, mate, you're gone. And then after he beat Frankfurt, it's like, oh, am I Ange in or am I Ange out? I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the season or the Europa League does pan out. But Jack, great call. Thanks for coming on today, mate.
Thanks, Jack.